Yo, what's up, Wolfden? Pretty sure you can hear me. I don't know. It says I'm still loading, so just drop a comment. Let me know. You can hear me. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up button. That's the only way people know we're here. Callie is doing amazing work with creating walkthroughs from our content, and she's doing some SEO stuff on YouTube. So maybe people will find us. Not a huge concern of ours. I just need to know that you can hear me, and I'll know when somebody tells me in the chat, and then we'll carry on. Can hear. Awesome. Thank you, Anish. Coming in loud and clear. All good. Appreciate it. So we'll do a quick recap, okay? Most of my videos moving forward, I might have a high frequency of public, but most of the bandwidth is going to go into the Wolfden, specifically Guardian tier and above, because we're going to be able to roll stuff out now in a very strategic way. And the important thing is that our Guardians and our Wolfden members and the people following along know how to be in position to win. All right, so let's do our typical, we don't need to look at the Guard and Wolfies chart. We can if we want. We can look at Guard and Wolfies real quick. Why not? Wolfies. Still just ripping here. So this is that Wolfies rip. That's probably going to keep happening. Once the ecosystem's rolled out, people are going to want Wolfies more than ever. We're just not even talking about it right now. There's no reason to. Guardian here. We got Guardian. Guardian is definitely, it eclipsed 10 cents this weekend at the event. Guardian is going to take off like nobody's business. I'm super excited about that. I'm not going to explain why. You can either trust us or don't. Not financial advice. Nothing I say is financial advice. But we know what's going on in the background. Guardian's probably going to rip pretty aggressively in the near future. And when I say aggressively, I mean, this is a pretty consistent move. It'll just continue to do this. Some things have to come together. We're waiting on tech. So I'm not worried about it. There's no, once people see what's going on, there will be no marketing necessary. So I'm not putting a lot of time and effort in trying to keep people interested. If they want to lose interest and get bored, boom. Let me tell you something that people don't realize. People got bored with Guardian right here, because we just weren't talking about it all the time, right? And it was just kind of moving sideways a little bit up. A bunch of people got bored with Guardian right here, and for some reason, people think that excitement is a good way to make financial decisions. And they miss this. And you know what? A ton of people might get bored with Guardian over here. That's okay, because they're going to miss the next leg up. And frankly, that's kind of what they deserve if they think that excitement is the thing that should be making them money. So that's the standard. We'll look at night. Night sitting at 21 million, 22 million. Now remember, the whole market is dampy right now, so the total assets is improving. So you just think as soon as BNB and BTC recover, and as soon as ETH and BNB recover, right? All these BNB pairs, everything paired with BNB, as soon as those recover, as soon as the market rebounds, that TVL will probably shoot straight past 30 million. So TVL is a good indicator, but you do have to have some market cycle awareness, right? The macro cycle. Price is still holding up well over 2x pre-sale. Anything over pre-sale is a win. I know you guys don't always understand that. That's okay. You want to freak out. Guess what? You're going to miss the next thing, and that's okay. We haven't done any buybacks or anything. Trading fees, auto compounder fees. There's a lot of fees accumulating. Haven't done any buybacks. Because with the DEX, it's not about token price, right? So what we don't want to do is just inject a ton of cash, give a bunch of people a quick exit. It'll come. The market will do that. You'll get your exit liquidity from the market once they understand what's going on, because we're talking to some big names. We're not like when CoinGecko, when listing on some tiny exchange that nobody knows about. We're going to go much bigger than that, and once we do, the market will provide all the exit liquidity you need if you're trying to get out, which is a silly decision in my opinion, but that's okay. You do you. I support whatever you want to do. Just do it somewhere else. Don't do it and then come into my group and bother me. Right? So night's cruising. This TVL is going to skyrocket with new cash injections, but also just when the market recovers. That's how it goes. And hopefully that makes sense. Hope you understand that, again, showing US dollar value on UI in crypto is extremely misleading, but that is how we do it. It's the only way anybody can really orient themselves. right? There's just not, like, if we showed, it's possible, it's actually almost a certainty, I haven't done the math, that if we showed Bitcoin value, it's been going up because Bitcoin's going down, but we have so many stables, right? So like Night BUSD has almost $3 million. There's almost 4 million in BNB BUSD. Half of that pair is stable. We have so many stables that if we were looking at Bitcoin value, it probably would be going up quite a bit. But we're looking at USD value, right? So just keep that in mind. We always want to measure things relative to our macro belief, not relative to US dollar, unless the US dollar is our macro belief. Right, so when we look at charts, if our macro belief is in Bitcoin, we should, if we're looking at, should I get, I don't know, Elrond, we want to look at Elrond Bitcoin, not Elrond US dollar. Because if your macro belief is Bitcoin, you want things that will outperform Bitcoin. If they're not going to outperform Bitcoin, you should just buy Bitcoin. Hope that makes sense in terms of looking and making decisions in relation to your macro belief. You cannot say, I hate the US dollar, and then make your decisions based on assets relative to the US dollar. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all to say, I don't care about the US dollar, I don't want the US dollar, but I'm going to look at charts, Bitcoin versus the US dollar, Ethereum versus the US dollar. Macro belief. If your macro belief, again, is Ethereum, then you want to look at TrueBit versus Ethereum, right? Elrond versus Ethereum. I hope that makes sense. Okay. We look in relation to our macro belief. Doesn't make any sense to look at relation to the dollar if your macro belief is not in the dollar. But that's how we have to show UI, because that is the universal macro belief. It's a pre-wired belief that we have. This is what we understand, right, as a population. If I built this just for our tiny community, then it would not be shown in the US dollar. Right. So that's Night, that's Guardian, that's Wolfies. They're all cruising. The Wolfies farm is crushing it. Let's go through the standard, the Twitter scroll, the tweets. This is one of my favorite ones. Literally this weekend had people say, somebody said, yeah, so that $1 million buy-in tonight, that was me. I don't want to be public about it because I don't want people to know how much I have or don't have. But what's the best way to protect the ecosystem? Like, where can I put the Night? How should I think about it? How do I make sure that I am doing the best possible thing so that this ecosystem survives for a very long time? We have a lot of that. That's why I have a very low tolerance for people that are like, you should be nice to all of us. I asked a simple question, and I demand that you respond to me. And if you don't, I will dump my holdings. Like, okay, then dump your $400. Honestly, it's not worth the headache. Because, and the only reason I can say that is because we have so many people putting hundreds of thousands or millions that want to protect the ecosystem. So it is not fair to the project. It's not fair to the other holders. It's not fair to the people dropping $1 million to spend a whole bunch of time catering to people that want to be juvenile. Right? It's just a resource allocation. Now, if we did not have the this gift, if we did not have the pleasure or the opportunity, if we didn't have the people that were dropping millions of dollars and then turning around and saying, please tell me how to protect the ecosystem, we would not have this luxury, and we would have to deal with irritating fudders. Right? So it's not just like a straight, confused people that are angry, that have small bags are bad. It's that we have to choose where to allocate our resources. And as a holder, answer this, as a holder of Night or any token, do you want this person holding $1 million trying to protect the ecosystem and holders, or do you want to put resources into this person so that we can feel that everybody's been validated and heard? Honest question. I'm guessing you want to make sure that the whales of the whales are looking out for you. And the more that you cater to these people, the more that we sit here and allow them to be toxic and impatient and erratic, not thoughtful with their questions, then we are alienating the most important people in our ecosystem from a sustainability standpoint. Resource allocation. It's not that these people are not important. It's that we have limited bandwidth and we have to decide where we're going to put it. And we prioritize what we call investor number one here. Hope that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. I'm not saying if you have a $300 holdings, again, you're not important. It's that when it comes down to it and we have to allocate resources, you have to understand that protecting this person and investing in this person is actually also protecting you. Dealing with every single individual question and complaint and all this stuff, all it does is it deters the people that are very, very serious investors. They do not want to see I'm spending my time arguing with people in Telegram. That does not instill confidence in people that are trying to protect the ecosystem. So I hope that makes sense, okay? It's not that if you're investor number 2 and you're feeling a little emotional and you think people are ignoring you because you don't have a huge bag, that's not accurate, right? You're not getting time because you're a drain on resources. You're not asking good questions. You're not thinking. You're not looking for yourself. You have expectations that other people should do work for you. And that takes away from the people that are going to send this thing to out of the freaking stratosphere, okay? Second thing, we did a big reveal. And at the Dallas event. Now, let me back up a little bit, and I'll show you kind of what happened. We listed 69 NFWs, non-fungible wolves. And they were placeholders like this. Okay. Now, they're pretty cool. You can see here, there's 6 God level. Let me pull up my screen, make sure you can see this. See, there's 6 God level. And there's 63 demigod level. Now, these actually do have a tremendous amount of utility, and they will be extremely valuable in time, is what we believe. Obviously, not financial advice. So we listed the first 69, the 6 gods and the 63 demigods, and they will be randomly airdropped after we do the next one. The next round will be 420 out of 10,000. So it's first 69, and then 420, and then the other 95, 9,511. Right, these sold out. 69 listed at 0.69 ETH. They sold out while I was flying. So they got listed about halfway through my flight, and they were sold out by the time I landed. That was about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So the people that saw the video, or the people that were at the event live, that saw what's coming, okay, they see the value. Now what you can do is you can actually go to this tweet right here, go to Wolfden Crypto. If you know, you know. You can watch the reveal. I just posted a replay video of the reveal. If you want to be in the know and you want to know what's going on, you just drop right in here. It'll take you to Telegram group, and there's a video. There's a video sitting right there of the reveal. Now, I was kind of tired. It's like the end of the day or right before lunch. Don't remember. But it was like, we got a little bit of time. Let's try to squeeze this reveal in. It's like 8 minutes long. So if you want to know what the buzz is about, I could tell you the next mint. So we did the first 69. The next will be 420. 420 of them for 0.42 ETH each. And they will be listed on Phantom. And so you want to get funds over, it'll probably be this week, within the next 2 or 3 days. Maybe pushed to the weekend because of Thanksgiving, but might even sneak it out on Thanksgiving. Something to be grateful for. So, can't wait for the airdrop. Yeah, we're going to... we got to do the work and randomize them and all that stuff. And we also don't want people to know which one they have, right? We don't want people to know what they have before the 10,000 are minted. So what we do know is that in the first 2 mints, you're going to get the top 500 rarest. So the 69 plus the 420 coming will be the top 500 rarest in terms of quality, and they will have the most utility in an upcoming metaverse, which you can see if you just drop into this Telegram here. All right, we also have Dark Knight. So we go back to night. Dark Knight launching on Phantom, most likely on Friday. It's a few reasons for this. We got to get the allocations sorted out. And we do not want to run up into all kinds of technical stuff through Thanksgiving. So we're going to do the day after Thanksgiving, just to make sure that we have full support. We don't want our team sitting around providing support when they should be spending time with their families. It was going to launch the pre-sale is going to be today, which would push the launch to tomorrow which would make Wednesday and Thursday the two heaviest support days, which falls right into Thanksgiving. Almost all of our team is in the U.S. And so we're just pushing the Phantom launch back to Friday. You can come into the actually on the YouTube channel. I think it's the video right before this, or you can come into the Wolfden Discord if you need help bridging funds to Phantom for either the Dark Knight pre-sale or this mint here, right? The next 420. The next 420 again will be ready in 2 or 3 days. We may push it. It's either got to be ready Wednesday, and if it's not ready on Wednesday, we'll probably push it to the weekend. All right, so Dark Friday release or Dark Knight release on Black Friday. Yeah, that works. That works. I don't really even pay attention to marketers have ruined Black Friday for me. It's just a bunch of people trying to sell you really stupid deals all the time. Okay, so that's everything that is important right now. Undead, the marketplace is obviously going to be very, very valuable. You can see what we're doing on Phantom here is we listed 69 NFTs for 0.69 ETH. They sold out in a couple hours. You think people on Phantom didn't recognize that? You think that kind of volume coming through in 2 hours doesn't put Undead on the radar as a marketplace on Phantom to be dealt with? In fact, might become the marketplace on Phantom. So we're engineering that because we don't hope, we don't guess, we don't market to the masses and hemorrhage resources trying to be louder than everybody. So that's why we're doing it on Phantom. We're going to try to take over the Phantom space. Phantom does not have an OpenSea. And we got little bats and shit. How cool is that? So you can also check out the marketplace here. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Let me see if it's here. I did find out. I'll tell you guys. There's a summoner for auction. That summoner is for a private sale allocation, meaning if you hold that summoner, you can make up to $1,000 allocation into Dark Knight. Guaranteed allocation, unlike an overflow. So I don't know if this will load for me or not. But it's I don't know if it's still there. I think it's up as an auction. If you do hold that at the time of the private sale, the allocation, then you can make up to $1,000 allocation. Is night price increasing soon? I am gonna assume that's a satirical question. If you're worried about the night price, just in case that's not satirical or a joke. If you're worried about the night price and you haven't been paying attention, you don't understand how DEXs work, I strongly recommend you either farm into profit or just sell. I'll just buy it back. But the point of a DEX is not to moon the price. In fact, when it gets enough TVL, the price goes berserk, and then it's really about trying to keep the price from going too high too fast. So it's a utility token, right? TrueBit is the same way. Like true utility tokens have minting functions. Sometimes because that's just how a farm works, to incentivize liquidity, but also sometimes to prevent the price from becoming a day trader's fucking dream here. Like it's not good for utility tokens to skyrocket in price. It's not, especially when you're getting TVL, especially when you're getting 675% on it, right? It could draw back. It could get cut in half from here, and you'd still be getting 300% paid out, right? So just think about utility. You can buy and hold night. The price will probably go up, but if that's a focus, then you do not understand the ecosystem. This is why people get wrecked. I'll give you an example. This is what happens. I explained this on, I'll share this publicly. I explained this at the event. Wolfies was our first token, right? I explained to everybody how it works and what it is and why we don't market or shill it, right? And why we don't need to. And a whole bunch of people didn't like that idea, and they got bored and they left, right? Somewhere around here, probably August. Yeah, July, August. And then we launched Guardian. And because we were talking about Guardian, a whole bunch of people, like you got some red candles here, right? A whole bunch of people like, oh, he's talking about Guardian now. Maybe we should focus on Guardian because they don't understand ecosystem. So what happened while we were looking at Guardian and everybody thought they should follow our eyeballs is Wolfies went to the moon. Anybody that understood the utility and where it fits in the ecosystem just sat there and got, this is about at 2 right here. That's about 120x without ever talking about it. Okay? So then we launched Guardian. And Guardian did its thing. People probably got bored because we don't shill it. We don't market it. We don't focus on the price. We never focus on the price. We don't talk about it. Right? Right here, we started talking about launching Night. And you can see, it's hard to see now because of the magnitude of this growth. There's a dump because people go, oh, he's talking about Night now. We gotta go invest all our money in Night. Guard, they're not talking about Guard anymore. Blah, 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 blah. Look what happened. This is what they missed. If they were sitting there going, when's the price going to go up? And trying to chase what they thought was happening next. Because we told people, this is what Wolfies does. This is why you sit in it. And then we started talking about we had to build Guardian. And we told people, this is what Guardian does. Here's the utility. This is why you sit in it. Right? As soon as we start talking about Night, it skyrocketed. Now what's going to happen, what's already happening, is we're talking about launching Dark Knight on Phantom. And people are going, oh, I gotta sell some Night. I gotta get an allocation on Dark Knight, yada, yada, yada. All those people are going to get obliterated. Only the people that pay attention and stop worrying about price win in our ecosystem. And so far, Undead is another one. Undead's another one where I say just don't worry about price. Undead's about 10x over launch from a couple weeks ago. Guardian, this is 16 or 17%, or 16 or 17x. This is 120x. So if you're sitting there going, when's this price going to go up? And you start trying to chase where you think we're going, you're going to move yourself right out of position. Everybody that was sitting in Guardian right here, was in position to ride this and then this other leg up, and it's going to keep going. Everybody that was in Wolfies right here was in position to ride this. And for some reason, you guys can't stop staring at price and don't understand how any of this ecosystem works, which is fine. That's why it's a market. Only a few are going to win because everybody else is going to chase shit around. So that's the reveal. We got Dark Knight on Friday, most likely. Now what's going to happen is our Wolfden tiers, back to the Wolfden. The Wolfden tiers are going to change. It's going to be... the barrier is going to go up. We're going to get the NFW farm done. The whole structure is going to change. If you're already in a tier, you will stay in the tier that you're in. We won't kick you out. Okay, so even though the barrier might go up, you're not going to lose access to the tier that you're already in. I can tell you that wolf pups will be more valuable than ever. Wolfies. Not because of the price. Do not buy Wolfies because you're going to stare at the price. That's not the point. If you want to climb the tiers of our ecosystem and keep access to these videos and tutorials and inside baseball, then you're going to want a lot of Wolfies. Pretty simple. Night will have a community called the Roundtable. Okay, so if you don't want to get into the Wolfden, which will be a little bit higher barrier, but you still want to talk strategy, by the end of the week, I'll show you how to get into the Roundtable, where you can get into the Night community. You can talk all kinds of strategy. Talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, farming, whatever. Okay, so opportunity to still get into a community with a lower barrier, but ultimately any kind of access to me and my team is going to be into the Wolfden. So I'm going to do less public videos. I'm going to do more videos just for the Wolfden, primarily for Guardian tier Wolfden members. See if I missed anything. It was a great event. If you guys missed it, that's unfortunate. It was a really great event in Dallas. I have a Seattle event coming up on January 6th and 7th. So you guys want to come to Seattle, I think there's like 3 or 4 spots left for in person. There's nearly unlimited virtual spots. The virtual spots are only for 1 day, though. So it's virtual for 1 day, VIP in person for 2 days. And we're doing everything wrong. Night got an audit. Audits take a little bit longer for a DEX because in order to get audited here, we have to lock the emissions, so we can't go back and change the emissions after the audit. What is a lot? I don't know. I don't remember what I was talking about. So hopefully that gets you guys up and kind of see this is a marketplace on Phantom. Undead's a marketplace on Phantom. We're running a lot of stuff through there. You already know our marketplace on BSC is Wizard. We're going to run a whole bunch of stuff through there. But that's a little more mature already, so there's not as much development. I don't need to push as much stuff through right now. Business Treasury has been kicked off. We got a bunch of business partners, real-world businesses building their treasury with our base case using Guardian, BUSD, Knight, auto compounders, all that stuff. And we'll start releasing the details about all of that. I think that's probably everything that is relevant to anybody that's not directly inside of the den. If you are directly inside of the den, Guardian, Direwolf, anybody that has the Degengineering event, the event we just did, you'll have separate updates about what's going on. Ooh, look at this. I see bids. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna go through the chat real quick and look for. As night price increases, how can we protect against a permanent loss? I wouldn't. If you're worried about a permanent loss, then I don't know. I would like to borrow your crystal ball. So worrying about impermanent loss is the silliest thing. Back to the human champion mind. So if you're at the event, human mindset comes from a place of what do I stand to lose? Impermanent loss is the ultimate, it's the, in terms of the human champion mind, if you're familiar with Dr. Jeff Spencer, when people worry about impermanent loss, it's the ultimate sign that they're coming from a red card place. They're coming from the human mindset. Like, you can lock in your ideal life with this system right here, but what about impermanent loss? Well, you can lock it in with this system right here. Who cares what overage could possibly have come from it? We don't have a crystal ball. So anybody worried about impermanent loss, I'll tell them all the time, this probably isn't the place to be. I could tell you that most of our treasury is paired, and it's gone from 3 BNB to 150 grand to over 2 million. I'm not really worried about impermanent loss. That's 4 months. From 3 BNB to over 2 million in 4 months. So again, and now that's not just straight farming, right? Like, we sell stuff, NFTs come in, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, if you're worried about a permanent loss coming from a place of the human mindset, and I have no answers. Go ahead and unpair everything and don't get 400% APY paid out in the thing. So here's the thing about impermanent loss with Knight. This is a second. This requires a few extra layers of reasoning. You'd only be worried about impermanent loss if Knight was going to go way up, right? What reward do you get for farming? You get Knight. So even if Knight quadrupled, you're choosing not to get paid in the asset that just quadrupled. Silly. Remember to like the video. Thank you. I have a small bag, but I've still gotten quality questions answered. Absolutely. I have no idea what any of you are holding. I will treat everybody the same. If you have $3 million and you can't articulate an effective question and you are arrogant and rude and lazy, then I will still tell you to dump your bag and I will still buy it back. I don't care. It's really just a quality question. We'll be, everybody's going to be stuffed with food on Thursday. What will the pre-allocation amount be for Dark Knight? It's an overflow method. There's no, the private sale allocation was guaranteed. It's $1,000 per But the overflow method, there is no max allocation because it overflows, right? So it's a percentage of total. Yep. Someone just posted that Wolfsaw NFW relisted for 16.69 ETH. Yep. I mean, whatever. People can relist things. There's a marketplace there. That's what it's for. That's also why we don't reveal. We don't reveal who has what until all the NFTs have been minted. And then we reveal with an airdrop. So hopefully that all makes sense. A lot of people getting in their own way. Just the questions here. A lot of people getting in their own way, worrying about things coming from the human mindset perspective. Honestly, if you're in our world or you're on a YouTube video, I'm just going to be honest with you, and obviously I can see your names, but even if I couldn't, it would be the same response. If you're worried about what you might lose, this isn't the place for you. I do not, and that's okay. Like, you can still hang out in the Wolfden, but I mean, specifically talking to me, I do not live in a place where I can spend a lot of time with people that are coming from what we call the human mindset, right? The fear-based, the system one. I just don't live in that world. I don't want to live in that world. I built this whole project so I could live in my own world and let everybody else come along. So I'm not geared. I'm not prepared. I have no desire to deal with people that are worried about what they might lose if everything goes right. I'm here to help people lock in what they want out of life, even if everything does not go right. That's where I sit. That's not for you. That's okay. But I'm a floor raiser. Right? A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like, that all we do on Wolf Pups is raise the floor. But our floor is higher than everybody else's ceiling. Right? Like, there's not a whole lot that are sitting with a floor 120x over launch. Right? You can worry about impermanent loss all day long. Tell that to the $2 million we basically printed out of thin air over in 4 months, right? So I just understand, and I hope this is helpful to all of you to hear. I'm coming from a place of, if you do this, you will get what you want. And if you come from a place, but what if I could have more? Like, okay, then this is not the strategy for you. Of course, unless you have more than our holders do, so unless you have more than me and our team and our direwolves, then the evidence suggests that mindset hasn't worked out for you so well up to now. And that's okay. No judgment. I'm just pointing out the anecdotal. Evidence suggests that always being worried about what could have gone better is a really good way to not get what you want. I hope that makes sense. And I'll wrap it up there for you guys. If this was helpful, you can leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs down. Dad Hogan base case and waiting to die. Yeah. That's basically the sentiment of the event. Like, cool, got my base case set up. Now I guess I just twiddle my thumbs until I keel over. And that's okay. Find stuff you enjoy doing. So thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thumbs down if you think I'm an a-hole for being mean to people about their $400 allocation. I have no judgment, just to be clear. I do not care. I do not care what you hold. I really don't. How much or what it is. What I care about is, the important part is, what is the best way to protect the ecosystem versus I'm threatening to dump my bag. Threatening us will never end well for that individual. It's not going to get us to be nicer. It's not going to get us to worship you and your bag of whatever you're holding. Just know. Good questions will always get answered. Appreciate y'all. And I'll see you guys next time. I got some stuff coming for Wolfden only, so I'll put it in the appropriate channels. Make sure to go check out, one more time here. Make sure to go check out this, if you know, right? You want to see the reveal. You want to know what's coming with this NFT mint. You want to get in super early and lock in whatever 500 out of 10,000 is, right? It's like 0.5% or something. You want to lock in top 0.5% rarity. You're going to want to check that out. Check out the reveal. And then this group will have details about how